Good afternoon, Ashish. So this is my Telegram channel here, people. Any queries that you have, you may post it over here. So Woodrow Wilson we had started with. So Woodrow Wilson की अहम points जो हमने अब तक देखा है, if I start putting it down, spoil system के खिलाफ थे. Then he wanted politics, administration, dichotomy. Then he talked about 3 E's: efficiency, economy, effectiveness, and administration should work like business. He had called public opinion multitudinous monarch. He had also called it a clumsy nuisance. And he told basically that is public opinion should be very efficient. जहां जरूरी है वहां पर public opinion लेना चाहिए, वरना public opinion also should be kept under control. This is what he has told so far. All right. Now we are going to see some more aspects of his thoughts. Then we will go for the conclusion and the PYQ. Clear? Good afternoon, Lipika. So Woodrow Wilson, and if possible, we'll also start with the next thinker, which is F.W. Taylor today. Not possible. We will be starting with him. So continuing Woodrow Wilson, comparative public administration. We already know that he was basically telling Europe में whatever system is there, let us try to bring it to USA. And I gave you examples where आज के तारीख में भी ये चल रहा है. If we find something that is good, कुछ अच्छा अगर किसी और देश में या किसी और स्टेट में अगर चल रहा है, we try to imbibe it, implement it in our state also. That is the idea here. Clear? So let us see. Wilson examined the methods best suited for the study of public administration. He rejected the philosophical methods and emphasized on historical and comparative methods as they can be safely used in the province of administration. Historical and comparative. History se padho. Why history? Because history will always tell us, जब हम हिस्ट्री पढ़ते हैं हमें मालूम पड़ता है कि ओके सिस्टम कैसे कैसे इवॉल्व हो गया, कैसे फ्रॉम राजास रूल इट बिकेम प्रजास रूल. So many things we will understand if you study history, number one. Number two, if you compare things also, you will understand what will work and what will not. To learn the peculiarities or weaknesses of any system, comparative study was necessary. He said that one can learn how to sharpen a knife from a murderous fellow without borrowing the intention to murder. मतलब सही काम कर रहा है गलत फायदे के लिए, वो सही काम जो है वो आप कॉपी कर दो, गलत फायदा वो मत करो. That is the point here. Again, in what context did he say this? He said it in the context of Europe, America only. That is, he basically told यूरोप में जिस तरह से एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चल रहा है, लेट अस ब्रिंग इट टू यूएसए, बट लेट अस नॉट ब्रिंग व्हाट, लेट अस नॉट ब्रिंग monarchy, because USA at that time was a democracy. Monarchy हम नहीं लाएंगे, लेकिन जिस एफिशिएंट तरीके से यूरोप में काम सब कुछ हो रहा है, उस आइडिया को हम यहां पर इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे. दैट इज द आइडिया व्हाट ही ट्राई टू प्रोपोगेट. वन कैन लर्न फ्रॉम यूरोपियन ऑटोक्रेसी. ऑटोक्रेसी का मतलब है राजा का रूल. विदाउट इंपोर्टिंग दे आर ऑटोक्रेटिक स्पिरिट्स एंड इंस, यानी कि राजा का रूल हम नहीं इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे, लेकिन वहां का काम करने का तरीका जो है वो हम फॉलो अप करेंगे. दिस इज व्हाट ही फोकस्ड ऑन. आगे, Wilson's essay has been focused more on the circumstances under which administrative technology may be imported, while there was no restriction on export of administrative technology. Means the meaning of this entire sentence means one could share best administrative practices with another country while taking ideas from other countries. That is, I will give idea also, I will take idea also. I took idea of Aadhaar from US Social Security number, gave idea of UPI to France. Getting the point here? These days we are collaborating with a lot of central banks around the world because our UPI idea has become a huge success, a humongous success that now every country is trying to follow up India's footsteps. So India is basically helping out other countries in setting up the UPI transactions there. Clear? Any doubts here with regard to comparative public administration? आगे, गवर्नमेंट द न्यू मीनिंग. आफ्टर बिकमिंग प्रेसिडेंट, प्रेसिडेंट कहां का प्रेसिडेंट? यूएसए का प्रेसिडेंट. In 1912, he wrote another article. This article was the new meaning of government, advocating for broad participation in governance by all classes and interests. गवर्नमेंट में बहुत सारे लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन की जरूरत है. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. देन he called for the government to be disentangled from vested interests and private control, emphasizing responsiveness to genuine public opinion and a national vision. अब अगर हम देखोगे तो 1887 के एस्से और 1912 के एस्से में बहुत फर्क है. फर्स्ट फर्क इज व्हाट? ही टॉक्ड अबाउट ब्रॉड पार्टिसिपेशन. Because in the first essay, he didn't talk anything about participation and all. Now he is telling we need broad participation from all classes, all type. यानी कि हर तरह की जनता should be a हिस्सा of public administration. First point. Second, government should be disentangled. मतलब disentangle करने का मतलब है government should be free from vested private interest and private control. जो मतलबी लोग हैं, खुद के लिए, खुद के फायदे के लिए जो गवर्नमेंट के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, उनसे दूर रहना चाहिए गवर्नमेंट. Basically, what he is trying to tell is government should be what? Very neutral. Then emphasizing responsiveness to genuine public opinion. जो आदमी पहले पब्लिक ओपिनियन को मेडलसम, क्लम्जी नुइसेंस, मल्टीट्यूडनस मोनार्क, ये सब विशेषण दिया, अभी वही आदमी क्या कर रहा है? अगर पब्लिक ओपिनियन जेन्युइन है, इफ द ओपिनियन इज जेन्युइन, यू शुड respond to it. Respond, react. What is the difference? React means it is emotional. Respond means you analyze the facts, based on that you give a reply. You take an action, purely factual. Reaction का मतलब है anger, not anger, emotional. किसी ने कुछ गलत कह दिया, immediately you get angry. That is a reaction. किसी ने कुछ गलत कह दिया, you're evaluating things. You're thinking that फायदा नहीं है इससे मुंह लगाकर, I am leaving. That is responding. Clear? So responding to genuine public opinion and to have a national vision. So he is emphasizing on public opinion now, and then he is also talking about to have futuristic plans. He also maintained that government should operate with the efficiency of a business organization. Same as old essay. That same point is telling. Wilson argued that laws should be clear, explicit, and based on fact with unmistakable commands and penalties, and should be amended if ineffective. मतलब clarity in laws and punishments. So if you see, प्रेसिडेंट होने से पहले उनके आइडियाज जो थे, प्रेसिडेंट होने के बाद उनके आइडियाज जो थे, बहुत फर्क है. New ideas have come here. The only old idea that we can see here is same as old essay, which is business. Government should function like a business organization. That means he's still stuck on to the same thing: efficiency, economy, effectiveness. आगे he emphasized that laws must be implemented thoroughly and impartially without regard to personal or financial interests. Impersonal, he emphasized that laws must be implemented thoroughly and impartially without regard to personal or financial interests. Impersonal execution of laws. He believed that the government should act as a responsible trustee of resources serving humanity for social betterment, and identified three priority functions as food security, conservation of natural resources including rivers and forests, maintenance of health and sanitation, development of agriculture, industries, education, women, cities, and he calls this the new meaning of government. Wilson's ideas may have been influenced by the early 20th century public service movement, which helped establish bureaus, precursors to modern think tanks. After 1912, attitude towards public administration shifted, with universities beginning to recognize it as a distinct field requiring focused study. So here, basically, broad goals of government. गवर्नमेंट का किरदार जो है, अगर हम देखोगे तो फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ थर्ड पॉइंट, ओके 1 मिनट. ब्रॉड गोल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, यानी कि गवर्नमेंट का काम है फूड सिक्योरिटी इंश्योर करो, कंजर्वेशन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ हेल्थ एंड सैनिटेशन, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, इंडस्ट्रीज, एजुकेशन, विमेन, सिटीज. एंड ही कॉल्स दिस द न्यू मीनिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट विच इज रेलेवेंट इवन टुडे. फूड सिक्योरिटी ले लो, वी हैव अवर नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी मिशन. रिवर्स एंड फॉरेस्ट्स, इसके लिए बहुत सारा कानून है, एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, वाइल्ड लाइफ एक्ट एक्सेट्रा. मेंटेनेंस ऑफ हेल्थ एंड सैनिटेशन, इसके लिए वी आर हैविंग आयुष्मान भारत एंड स्वच्छ भारत. एंड फॉर ईच ऑफ दिस, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, इंडस्ट्रीज, एजुकेशन, विमेन एक्सेट्रा, वी हैव डिफरेंट स्कीम्स. मतलब क्या है यहां पर जब हम देखोगे तो ये जो न्यू मीनिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट दैट विल्सन टॉक्ड अबाउट, आज के तारीख में भी इट इज वेरी वेरी रेलेवेंट. दैट इज द पॉइंट. सो नाउ going back, disentangled, I think that is the word, from vested interest and private control. See, one thing I will tell you people, all of you will have to improve your vocabulary. English vocabulary, you will have to improve it, no other go. Irrespective of which optional you choose. I'll tell you the simple reason for it. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि that is little English is enough these days, it will clear, because some people would have said it, some toppers etc would have said it. I would say no. Some English is not enough. लिखने के लिए little English knowledge is enough, but to understand the question, your knowledge of English should be thorough. Otherwise, from CSAT onwards, you will have trouble. So you have to improve your vocabulary. No other go. The reason is pretty simple. Gali gali mein academies hai. All right. More than 10 to 15 lakh people are literally sitting and preparing for this exam. Thanks to the fact that private sector में नौकरियां कम है, salary कम है, नौकरी के ऊपर कोई गारंटी भी नहीं है. So जो लोग जितने भी universities, colleges से pass out हो रहा है, they are all what preparing for this exam. So UPSC, if I were UPSC also, I will also make the question paper tough fully. So in that again, to understand, if you don't understand the meaning of the words, it will become very difficult. Okay, sir, I will read Hindi and I will try to understand. Great. If you read Hindi and if you understand, fine. But what if that Hindi word is also tough? That is the point here. So please ensure that you focus on building your vocabulary by reading the editorials. Clear? Now, again, coming back to the same point. Third point, call for the government to be disentangled. Disentangle means to free. To free from vested interests and private control. Vested means you are having what? Some secret there. You have some other profit to make. Some faida for you alone, not for the public. Personal profit. And other private control. That is business. No monopoly. Monopoly shouldn't be there. That is what it means. Government should not support monopoly. Government should not support anything which will affect the public interest. That is what it means. Government should stay away from people who are trying to take faida of a situation or people who are trying to monopolize on something. Wilson's ideas may have been influenced by the early 20th century public service. मतलब इतना फर्क क्यों? 1887 ऐसे और 1912 के बीच इतना फर्क क्यों हो चुका है सोच और विचार में? Because he may have been influenced by the 20th century public service movement, which helped establish bureaus. What are bureaus? Bureaus are specifically created for a specific purpose. एक ही काम होगा करने के लिए. Just for one particular job, you would have created it. Modern example of a bureau, if you ask me, Central Bureau of Investigation, NIA, Enforcement Directorate. एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट किस काम के लिए बनाया गया था? मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग स्टॉप करने के लिए. एनआईए टू प्रिवेंट टेररिज्म. Just give me a minute, people. Hello. Yeah. So basically, if you look at bureau, they are created for a specific purpose. Modern examples include NIA, created exclusively to deal with terrorism. Then you have ED, you have CBI, Income Tax Department, etc., etc. 1912 के बाद क्या हुआ? Attitude towards public administration shifted, with universities beginning to recognize it as a distinct field requiring focused study. Attitude started changing simply means पहले जो पॉलिटिकल साइंस के नीचे थे, पबैट को अभी, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को अभी एक सेपरेट सब्जेक्ट बनाकर यूनिवर्सिटीज में सिखाने लगा, मेकिंग इट अ सेपरेट सब्जेक्ट, अ सेपरेट डिसिप्लिन ऑफ स्टडी, बैचलर्स इन पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऐसे बनाकर दे स्टार्टेड टीचिंग इट. एनी क्वेश्चंस पीपल? All right. Now for the conclusion. Woodrow Wilson aimed to establish public administration as a distinct field in his essay, focusing on what government can appropriately do. However, he mainly discussed the separation of administration and politics, a point later critiqued by thinkers like Waldo as inconsistent. तो ये तो क्लियर है, ही वांटेड अ सेपरेट फील्ड. लेकिन ये बात जो वॉल्डो ने कहा है, एक क्रिटिक ने कहा है कि वुड्रो विल्सन्स आइडिया ऑन politics administration dichotomy, that is politics administration dichotomy means separation, politics और administration को separate रखो, इसमें inconsistency थे. Why? Because Woodrow Wilson himself was not sure क्या करना है, politics और administration साथ में रखना है या अलग अलग रखना है. Even he was confused, no doubt about it. Wilson acknowledged that his study of administration was too broad and vague. और बेहतरीन, विल्सन खुद एडमिट किया कि उनके जो एस्से थे 1887 में लिखे हुए एस्से जो थे वो बहुत ब्रॉड थे और वेग थे. ब्रॉड का मतलब क्या है? इट स्पोक अबाउट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. वेग, इट वॉज नॉट क्लियर. कहना क्या चाहते हो भैया? दैट वॉज द थिंग. अल्टीमेटली रेजिंग मोर क्वेश्चंस. Raising more questions than it answered and failing to clarify what the study of administration entails. Sawale bahut ki. He kept on asking a lot of questions. Why can't we do what is there in Europe? Why should we have more of public opinion? He asked a lot of questions, but he couldn't effectively answer कि आगे क्या करना है. अगर ये नहीं तो solution क्या है आपके पास? That he couldn't give any solution as such. He couldn't give any solution कि ये करो, ऐसे सोचो. No. We need efficiency, economy, effectiveness. कैसे? Public opinion should try to become efficient. कैसे? PubAd should work like a business model. How? So the how part again, if you see, Wilson did not have any clarity कि कैसे ये सब लाऊं, how to bring all these changes. Wilson did not define the proper relationship between administration and politics, nor did he elaborate on whether administrative study could be considered a science. So he was talking about we should bring scientific study into administration. Again, kaise? No clarity. With regard to administration and politics, should it remain separate? Should it remain together? Again, no clarity. And if you are planning to separate it, how are you going to do it? No clarity. Aage. Some scholars like Van Riper absolve him of the title Father of Public Administration, while others like Waldo view his essay as a seminal contribution to the field. तो कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि he is not entitled. इसे father कुछ मत बुनाओ. He's not done anything for public administration. लेकिन Waldo जैसे thinkers कह रहा है नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. He has to be given the title of father. Why? Because like I told you, he was the first one to start this in 1887. और ये जो lack of clarity है, he was not able to give a clear idea, etc. One must understand, this is the year 1887. हर एक बंदा या बंदी whatever, हर एक इंडिविजुअल का सोच और विचार उस जमाने के हिसाब से ही चलेगा. My soch or vichar today is based on the current generation. So 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if people were going to discuss a topic of, let us say, homosexuality. All right. Homosexuality, if somebody was going to discuss 15 years ago inside a classroom, pura can't it would have created. Today it is no more a can't. It is almost like, okay, homosexuality. That's it. Why? Thought process is changing. So we are all a product of the times in which we stay. हमारा सोच और विचार जिस जमाने के हम हिस्से हैं उसके हिसाब से ही हम सोचेंगे. हमारा विचार, सोच, सब कुछ उसके हिसाब से ही होगा. Similarly, Wilson also, it was the same thing. He was living in which era? He was part of the 19th century. So in that era, he did not have answers to many things like how are you going to bring politics administration dichotomy? He didn't know. How are you going to bring 3 E's? He didn't know. How will you ensure public administration works like private? He didn't know. Because it is 19th century. उस जमाने में इतना टेक्नोलॉजी, इंटरनेट कुछ भी नहीं था, या फिर रिसर्च भी जाकर करने के लिए देयर वाज नॉट मेनी फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट, yes, there are drawbacks in his essay. There are drawbacks in his thought. But why do we call him father of public administration? The reason only is very, very simple. Because he was the first person to say, "Okay, bhai, please stop worrying about who. think about how are you going to execute the law, how are you going to implement administration. तो ये चीज अगर किसी ने पहली बार अगर किसी ने कहा है, दैट वाज वुड्रो विल्सन. दैट इज व्हाई वी गिव हिम द क्रेडिट दैट ही इज द फादर ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. एनी डाउट्स पीपल? All right. Now, at the end of every thinker, we will be doing this small exercise called writing down only the core ideas of the thinker. Purpose is so that we can revise it really fast. All right. So, the larger part of the material what I gave you till now, that is the main theory. उसका summarized version है core ideas, where we will only write the main word or the main theory. We won't write full sentences. इसका पर्पस मकसद सिर्फ दो है. वन, क्विक रिविजन. दूसरा, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या है इसमें, क्या नहीं है, थिंकर में किस थिंकर ने क्या कहा है. सो यू कैन इजीली कंपेयर बिटवीन द थिंकर्स ऑल्सो. सो कोर आइडियाज, लेट अस सी. You want a stable and principled approach to executive function. That is basically एक स्ट्रक्चर होना चाहिए. ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होना चाहिए एग्जीक्यूटिव फंक्शंस का. एग्जीक्यूटिव मीन्स यू एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स. विजिबल एंड एक्शन ओरिएंटेड. कौन सा? पबैड. Then a science of administration should be there. That means a step-by-step procedure. Public opinion ko, he called it a multitudinous monarch. He talked about politics administration dichotomy. He talked about efficiency, economy and effectiveness. 3E. यहां पर एक काम करो. This will come to you. न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट. क्या है ये न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट? दिस इज अ थियरी अगेन विच विल कम लेटर. तो इसके ऊपर वी आर पुटिंग अ स्टार. देन सिविल सर्विस शुड बी बेस्ड ऑन मेरिट. बिल्कुल सही बात है. हिस्टोरिकल एंड कंपैरेटिव मेथड्स, दैट इज यू टू कंपेयर एंड अंडरस्टैंड मोर अबाउट हाउ टू इंप्लीमेंट पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करेक्टली एंड इफेक्टिवली. दिस इज वॉट ही टोल्ड. Now, my question to you all is, did he say anything about motivation? क्या motivation के बारे में did he mention anything? Motivation, leadership, communication, dynamic tasks, informal groups. इन चीजों के बारे में did he mention anything? If yes, इनमें से किस चीज के बारे में डिड ही मेंशन, डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली? He talked about motivation. Where, Pranav, what did he say about motivation? Lipika, informal groups. Abhinav is also telling he spoke about motivation. Where did he speak? In what context? Lipika, informal groups also. Where did he speak and in what context? Motivation from other countries, sir. That is comparative public administration, not motivation. That is comparative public administration. Motivation का मतलब क्या है? Motivation का मतलब है you are driven to do something. कुछ करने के लिए. Borrowing an idea is not motivation. Idea borrow करना motivation नहीं है. Lipika, where was informal groups mentioned? Pooja is telling no. No means for all of it. The answer for all this is he did not mention anything about motivation, nothing about leadership, nothing on communication. Dynamic tasks का मतलब है जो रूटीन ना हो, जो रूटीन से जुड़े ना हो. No, communication and public opinion are two different things. Two different things these are. Won't ideas be borrowed post motivation? Means I didn't understand that point only. Won't ideas be borrowed post motivation? I didn't understand that. Communication, public opinion. That is only public opinion it is. That is not communication alone. Communication means within administration. From administration, how things should be communicated to the people. Indirectly, he included private organization. Okay, Lipika, no, that is also not right. Even though your answer is correct, your explanation is wrong. He did not mention anything about dynamic tasks. Dynamic tasks means something that is totally new. जैसे कि demonetization, surgical strikes, then COVID, एकदम नए झटके वाले सिचुएशन में क्या करना चाहिए, he did not mention anything about it. And informal groups also, if you see, the only close thing that he has mentioned is in his second essay में कि there should be wide participation of all categories and people. That's it. उतना like a indirect mention, not directly again. यानी कि काफी इन चीजों के बारे में he did not mention anything. कम्युनिकेशन किस टाइप का होना चाहिए, हाउ शुड द लीडरशिप बी, हाउ शुड इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप्स से कैसे हम ओपिनियन ले लें, हाउ शुड वी डील विथ इन एब्सोल्युटली नए नए सिचुएशन, नथिंग ही टोल्ड. देन ह्यूमन बिहेवियर के बारे में भी he did not mention anything. How people will behave in different situations, nothing. This is our understanding of his theory. Any doubts? Moving on. Question paper analysis. Now that is the first shock I will give you here is only one question in the last 11 years have come on UP on this topic. Getting the idea? Only one question have come. So क्या इसका मतलब ये है कि I don't have to study this at all? No. You have to study. You have to study because knowledge of this thinker is irrelevant in paper 2. जितने भी थिंकर्स है, थियरी है, कुछ थिंकर्स और थियरीज ऐसे भी हैं जिसके ऊपर सवाल पेपर 1 में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन ये पढ़ने के वजह से इसका फायदा आपको मिलेगा कहां पर? पेपर 2 पर. So let us look into the question now. Even after 130 years of its publication, Woodrow Wilson's essay, The Study of Administration, continues to have great relevance even today. Comment. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of comment here? Comment or rather than telling me comment ka matlab, tell me if you see after a question when you see comment, how will you write it? कैसे लिखोगे आप? Okay, I think you people are pretty new to this, so maybe many are having a confusion. Whenever you see a comment terminology, all right, what you are going to do is it is called give a commentary. So commentary means whatever be the question, or in this particular case, rather than the question, 1 minute. In this particular case, it is a statement. जो स्टेटमेंट आपको दिया गया है उससे सपोर्ट कर आप लिखेंगे एंड उससे अपोज कर भी आप लिखेंगे. दैट इज व्हाट यू मीन बाय कमेंट. And this is the same thing that you will do even if it is what? Critically analyze or analyze. Critically comment. Any of these, this is what you're going to do. Getting the point. Should have a neutral approach and writes facts as well as personal views. Personal views, no. Based on the facts, you can come to a conclusion. Keep it in mind. No personal view and all. Personal opinion, personally I will feel, personally this is what I will do if I became the chief minister or prime minister. None of that. You will give whatever you are giving. Even if you are giving an opinion also, it should be based on fact. Say for example, 86% of farmers in this country are small and marginal farmers. स्मॉल एंड मार्जिनल फार्मर्स का मतलब क्या है? उनके पास जो लैंड होल्डिंग है, द साइज ऑफ देयर लैंड होल्डिंग इज वेरी स्मॉल. So for that small land holding, is it possible to tell, okay, bring in machinery, let us invest in technology, let us bring in this, that, etc. जमीन ही इतना छोटा है, कहां रखोगे आप machine? And when the zameen is so small, when the land is so small, what return will the farmer get from it? Very less. So from where is he going to afford technology, machines, etc.? So based on this fact, that is 86% of the farmers in our country are small and marginal, I can conclude what? It is unaffordable for the farmers to invest in machines and technology. Based on a fact, I made my opinion. Got the point? Based on a fact only, I am making my opinion. Even when I am going to suggest way forward, वे फॉरवर्ड या आगे क्या करना है या कंक्लूड करना है मेरे जवाब को. I should recommend what? Government schemes. Best practices in other states or countries. या फिर कमिटीज, गवर्नमेंट के काफी कमिटीज है ना, कमिटीज हो, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट हो, वर्ल्ड बैंक, IMF, एनी नेशनल इंटरनेशनल एजेंसीज, RBI, इनके सजेशंस ओनली आई शुड पुट अप. आई शुड नॉट राइट अगर मैं एक दिन का मुख्यमंत्री था तो मैं ऐसा करता, फार्मर्स को मुफ्त का मुफ्त सारे मशीन्स देता. नो, वॉट एवर यू राइट should be based on what? Any one of this existing government schemes, best practices, या फिर committees or Supreme Court judgment, etc., etc. You are not supposed to give what? Your own idea. Neither UPSC wants it, nor government wants it. Keep it in mind. Why this whole practice is made right from now? That is, you have to read the paper, read the Supreme Court judgment, then you have to read the committee reports. Why? यही काम आप करोगे वहां जाकर, पोस्टिंग मिलने के बाद भी आपका काम यही होगा, ग्राउंड लेवल पर रिपोर्ट बनाना. तो यू विल डू व्हाट? यू विल कॉल योर तहसीलदार, योर village tahsildars, etc., and you will tell, okay, I want to know how many farmers are there in your district, in your village. Tahsildar will pass the information to village officer. Village officer will take the number, आंकड़ा, everything इकट्ठा कर he will pass it to तहसीलदार. सारे तहसीलदार से सारा रिपोर्ट मिलने के बाद you will sit and write your conclusion. You are only what? District collector. So for your district, what is the final data? You will compile it. You will send it to whom? Maybe your divisional commissioner, senior IAS officer, who will pass it on to the chief secretary or under secretary or whoever it is. Finally, it will reach the chief secretary or the agriculture ministry's secretary. What will he do? Based on all the data that has come from the state, he will again compile it, look at the data there. Based on that, he will make suggestions. Because politician will already know what policy to bring. वो politician को मालूम है, क्योंकि politician ने what is it, MP हो या MLA हो, he would have discussed already with whom? The people there. So he knows. Based on data now he needs the chief secretary or the secretary to the agriculture ministry to give कि क्या चलेगा क्या नहीं, what will work and what won't, hassles क्या है, hurdles क्या है. This is your job. Not that मैं system बदल दूंगा, मैं policies frame कर दूंगा. Don't be in any galat family. Your only job is basically execution in the initial 10 to 12 years of your career. उसके बाद, only if you join the service at a young age, you can somewhere end up becoming at least a secretary to a ministry. If it is in the later stage, that is after 25, 26, 27, near 30 and all means, forget it. You'll maximum be an under secretary or a joint secretary or an additional secretary, where your only job will be yahan se data le lo, udhar pass karo. That's it. Zyada decision making वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं होगा. That is why you never hardly hear the names of, do you know the additional secretary or the joint secretary or the under secretary to any one of the ministries in India? We won't hear. Secretary to the home ministry, we will get to know. Secretary to the agriculture ministry, we get to know. Secretary to finance, we get to know. Prime Minister's office, we get to know. Central Secretariat, we get to know. Cabinet Secretary, we get to know. Not the other below level के नहीं. District Collector, we get to know. District Collector के ऊपर Secretary के नीचे बहुत सारे IAS officers है. We hardly hear about them. Getting the point? तो ये गलत फैमिली में मात्र है ना कि मैं इंडिया को बदल दूंगा. You are not going to बदलिफy India and all. Your only job is pass on. यहां से उठा लिया, इधर दे दिया, वहां से ले लिया, इधर दे दिया. That's your job. Clear, people? So don't ever make that mistake of giving your $1 million ideas here. Neither UPSC wants it nor government wants it. Clear, people? Let us get back to our question now. So, even after 130 years of its publication, Woodrow Wilson's essay, Study of Administration, continues to have great relevance even today. So, first I will write. So, here basically, any answer has three stages: intro, body, or 1 minute. Body, conclusion. 10 marks means you only have 2 pages to write. You only have 2 pages. Yeah, again, it is not your school or college. Bab, one more additional sheet. Ma'am, one more additional sheet. वो जमाना गया. 10 mark in UPSC simply means you have exactly 2 sheets, 2 sides to write. Third side से next question start हो जाएगा. So it is very important that उस space के अंदर ही आपको लिखना है. And to my Titan batch also I was telling it today morning. That is, this is your answer paper. Okay. In that again, you will have 2 margins here. Then another margin will be going like this. Another margin will be going like this. You are only supposed to write in this space. Not one word anywhere inside that margin. Not one word. Sir, क्या हम pencil use कर सकते हैं? No. You will only use one ink. Black, blue. That's it. My boys, I always trust them. My only worry with them is whether they will even take a pen to the exam hall, which will write. Because boys, sometimes they are too lazy to the point where, oh, नया pen वहां पर जाकर खरीदना, etc., etc. They're a little lazy. So, one pen, if they take, great. They will write the whole thing. With girls, what the problem is, they will make it look like a school project. You know, blue color से writing, red color से underline करेंगे, all that nonsense. Don't do that. One ink, one single ink you will use. Drawing diagrams, everything will be with that ink only. You are not going to make it your school project. Getting the point here. Underlining जो भी करना है आप इससे ही करोगे. And mind you, I'm telling this to you, there is negative marks in mains answer paper. There is negative marks. My friend in his last attempt, पहले attempts में he had already gone to the interview board. It was his 6th attempt, general category. So पहले 2 बार I think he didn't clear. He cleared prelims but he didn't get interview call. So दो mains पहले से ही लिखा था. उसके बाद he wrote another 3 mains for which all the 3 mains he went to interview. That means first 2 में सिर्फ mains ही लिखा था. Third attempt 3, 4, 5 he went to mains interview. ठीक है. This was his last and final attempt. यानी कि somebody who already knows how to write the mains paper. That is what it shows. When you go for interview thrice, clearly shows your writing skill is good. थोड़ा इधर उधर भी अगर सही करोगे तो आ जाएगा सर्विस के अंदर. That is what it means. In his last attempt, what tragedy happened was he was awarded minus 30 marks. The reason given by UPSC was for not following the instructions of UPSC. Which later again through another common friend when I inquired, I got to know that he made the mistake of writing inside the margin. Where it was clearly written, do not write anything inside the margin. And the reason finally UPSC gave minus 30, why? In that marks, in the marks card also, I saw the marks card, he showed it to me. Not for not following UPSC instruction. He filed an RTI query, tried to get a copy of his answer sheet, but no, UPSC did not grant it to him. Getting the point here? So whatever you write, you should write it within this. And like this, one more page will be there for 10 mark. Within that page only, you have to finish everything. That means when you write anything also, don't try to make mistakes. Don't try to do. So if you make a mistake also, let us say you wrote something, just strike it once. That's it. Don't try to make a India-Pakistan border fence or something. Don't do this. It looks very unprofessional. Your answers have to be like the post what you are craving for. Professional. Professionalism should be there in your answer writing. Clear, people? So, getting back now, intro, body, conclusion. What will you write for introduction here? Yeah, that is the next aspect. So, 10 mark question means there is a rule that I generally say. 10 mark question, the maximum word limit is 150. Okay. 150. So there is a 10% rule that I generally keep. 10% rule means for introduction, 10% of 150, which is 15. Conclusion, again 10%. 15, 15, 130. Sorry, 15, 15, 30. 150 minus 30, 120. 150 word limit. Your intro should be a maximum of 15 words. Not more than that. Conclusion also maximum of 15 for 10 mark question. Look at the weightage and then give a big intro or small intro. Sometimes many people when they write the mains for the first time, what they will do is they'll start giving a very big introduction. And they'll forget about the body. Body will get reduced to a small paragraph. Then they'll go to conclusion. Always the body matters. So here now my question is, what will you give for intro? इंट्रो में क्या लिखोगे आप? What will you write in the intro? Take 2 minutes. Start typing in your answers in the chat section. Woodrow Wilson is known to be the father of public administration. His studies of administration 1887 marked the beginning of PubAd as separate subject. Very good, Lipika. Very, very good. Beautiful intro. Woodrow Wilson wrote an essay, The Study of Public Administration, in 1887, and he is also the father of public administration. Enough. Simple. Keep it very simple. No problems. Very good, Abhinav. So that is the point. Basically, we know what is the statement about. Statement is about whom? Statement is about, even after 130 years, the point is Woodrow Wilson's essay. So, we will write about him. So, 15 words only we need. So, we can give it easily. We can give it easily. A simple elaboration of WW, that is Woodrow Wilson, and his essay. Okay. So that aspect is done. After that, what else is there? Body we have to give. Body we have to give where we say, yes, it is relevant. So tell me, which aspects of Woodrow Wilson's essay is relevant today? Which aspects of Woodrow Wilson's essay is relevant today? Refer to the subtopics, what we wrote under core. Separate organization from politics. Not organization, separate administration from politics. Very good. So first thing, politics, administration, dichotomy. तो this we will write, but उसके साथ क्या लिखना पड़ेगा आपको? You will also have to mention an example. जैसे कि PSUs में काफी ज्यादा political interference है. So that example you will give. Reduce the political interference in PSUs. Number one. Number two. Pranav has told me focused on efficiency. I will agree. His emphasis on 3 E's. Efficiency, economy, effectiveness. Air India हमने privatize किया है ना? Air India, we privatized it. Why did we privatize it? Because that much loss is there. Our tax money, my tax money, your tax money, all it is going into paying or maintaining a loss-making organization. What is the best way to make it economic and cost effective? Privatize कर दो, हाथ से छोड़ दो उसे, हो गया. Spoil system, I will agree with that also. Merit based civil service की जरूरत है. जैसे कि हमें यूपीएस, we are having UPSC, SSC, etc. to conduct exams so that merit based selection happens. Then comparative method, I will agree with that also. Comparative public administration, CPA. So CPA से क्या मिल रहा है हमें? जैसे कि हमारा आधार हो गया, या बाकी कंट्रीज हमसे यूपीआई के बारे में सीखने के लिए तैयार है. Other countries want to learn about UPI from us. That is also comparative. So these ideas are still relevant. लेकिन why it is not relevant? ये भी बोलो. NPA means Abhinav? What do you mean by NPA there? Focused more on implementation. Okay. Implementation nahi, focus more on a separate subject. Why it is not relevant? Why it is not relevant? Come on, think and tell me. Pranav, I will agree with that. His ideas on public opinion are irrelevant today. Correct? Public opinion, what he said, that public opinion is not so important. Public opinion is meddlesome. It is a multitudinous monarch. It is a nuisance, a clumsy nuisance. It's very, very necessary. आजकल पब्लिक ओपिनियन एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए 1887 से ज्यादा प्लेटफॉर्म्स अवेलेबल है. Even before mainstream news channels picks up on a news, social media में other channels would have already reported it. Getting the point here? So public opinion is very much relevant today, especially in the era of social media. True. Then, apart from that, why is this essay we are talking about? Okay, essay. Because of dynamism and wider environment of PubAd. Very good. That is, dynamic ideas के बारे में, dynamic ideas not mentioned. See, environment not given importance. है ना? जो भी PubAd हो, public administration हो, any administration you talk about, it is within a surrounding. So Indian government cannot ignore the surrounding in which it is functioning. It has to constantly take feedback. So from not only from the people, technologically, socially, economically, from every angle, internationally, defense-wise. So that environment matters, which he did not mention. Very good, Ashish. He doesn't talk about motivation. Very, very true. Motivation he did not mention. Then, outdated. Why outdated? Pranav, that is the point. Which aspect is outdated? He said that administration should stay out of politics, but it is not possible today. Very good, Khayati. That is E. Politics, administration dichotomy. Not possible always. Doesn't cover human behavior. Agreed. Human behavior के बारे में भी mention नहीं किया. Absence of modern day challenges. That is what I meant. Dynamic ideas. Doesn't cover coordination. Brilliant. Coordination भी mention नहीं किया. Now wait a minute. Now you see the trouble here. Suganya, I noticed this. Every day you are joining at this time. Yesterday also I remember you coming and giving me a very late wish. This is at like 3:15 and all. So, point here is, now the challenge I will tell you. We have generated so many points. कितना पेज है हमारे पास? 2 पेज. तो ये दिमाग के अंदर रखना है. कभी कभार क्या हो जाता है, when we start writing, the floodgates open. दिमाग का बत्ती पूरा तरह से जल रहा है. So what happens? We will be like, हाँ ये भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है. You will write 2 pages about to get over. बॉडी लिखते लिखते क्या हो गया? कंक्लूजन के लिए जगह नहीं है. So you should be very aware of the space that is provided to you. Getting the point? What space is provided to you, you should be very aware of it. Then the conclusion. The conclusion is what, even though he did not talk about many of these things, he is still considered to be the father of public administration. We have to understand that he was a product of his times. One more angle is there to this. That is, there was no mention of women. He didn't even say anything about women. क्योंकि उस जमाने में 1887 में they never thought women will enter into administration. Women were not allowed to step outside their home. Where will they enter administration in 1887? So the conclusion will basically say that even though there are a lot of drawbacks, Wilson's ideas are still relevant. And we must appreciate the fact that Woodrow Wilson was a product of his times. जमाने के हिसाब से उनका सोच और विचार बहुत आगे था, उस जमाने के हिसाब से अगर देखोगे तो, लेकिन उसमें काफी ड्रॉबैक्स है जो आज के हिसाब से रेलेवेंट नहीं है. बस कंक्लूजन, यू विल ऑलवेज एंड योर आंसर, चाहे वो ऑप्शनल हो या जीएस हो, यू विल ऑलवेज एंड योर आंसर ऑन अ पॉजिटिव नोट. Getting the point here. Coordination means to cooperate and work with each other. Pranav, he never mentioned anything about coordination. कैसे मिलकर कैसे काम करना है, he did not mention anything about it. Now, clear here, I wanted to say something, got distracted. You will always end your answer on a positive note. You will never ever write, ये देश बर्बाद होने वाला है, इस देश का कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा, that's it, this the country is doomed, this, that, etc. That you will never write. You will never write such things. And most important thing, this again I told again to the people in the Titan batch. I don't know, is there anyone from the Titan batch here? I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your politics is. Maintain this attitude even with UPSC. You should not write or say anything inside your UPSC answer paper which will either reveal what your religion is or what your politics is. Keep that in mind. All right. Hindu Sindabad or Islam Sindabad or any other religion Sindabad, I don't want to know. You keep it in your home, not on your paper, not in your interview board. Getting the point here? I don't care which political party you support. Whether you support Congress, whether you support BJP, it is all irrelevant. It is all irrelevant. Because ultimately today also, I think afternoon I was going through one of the posts, that is, air quality in Delhi has literally gone down. Literally gone down. It has like become pathetic there. It has become literally a gas chamber. There is a dedicated state government. There is a central government literally sitting there in Delhi. Parliament. Wahan par hi the seat of Indian government is sitting there. The Supreme Court is sitting there. In spite of all this, the air quality has gone from worst to worst ever. The highest polluted city in the world. No protest, no issues. People in Delhi also have no problem. Nicely they are smoking in this poison and sealing their fate. Getting the point? That means don't waste your time in politics. Don't waste your time discussing my religion is good, this person's religion is bad, etc. Just only think about cracking this exam. Exam crack करने के बाद जो करना है कर लो. तब तक stay out of this, stay out of that. All right. Moving on. So F.W. Taylor, 1856 to 1915. If you actually see in and around the same period, जैसे कि जब वुडरो विल्सन ने उनका पहले एस्से लिखा था 31 years के उम्र थे किसको? F.W. Taylor को. So we are going to see major ideas. Problems Taylor found with management, development of scientific management, principles of scientific management, finally criticism. These are the topics that we'll be seeing under Taylor. So Taylor was basically somebody who worked as an engineer, as a welder, etc., etc. Alag role. He has worked in many factories. Because of that, he had a lot of practical knowledge. So he basically found out workers एक तरफ, मैनेजमेंट एक तरफ. मैनेजमेंट मीन्स जो इंडस्ट्री या फैक्ट्री चला रहे हैं वो लोग, द ओनर्स बेसिकली, और द टॉप लेवल डिसीजन मेकर्स. मैनेजमेंट अगर एक तरफ है, वर्कर्स दूसरे तरफ है. मैनेजर्स फील वर्कर्स आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. इन हिंदी टू पुट इट ब्लंटली, कामचोर, काम ही नहीं करता, बस सैलरी मांगते रहता है. वर्कर्स आर फीलिंग व्हाट अबाउट मैनेजमेंट, ये लोग बहुत व्हाट इज इट, लालची लोग है. देखो कि कितना हमारा पैसा, हमारा मेहनत का कमाई ये लोग खा रहे हैं, हमें ढंग से सैलरी नहीं दे रहा है. सो मैनेजमेंट इज फीलिंग वर्कर्स आर नॉट वर्किंग. वर्कर्स आर फीलिंग मैनेजमेंट इज ईटिंग ऑल अवे ऑल देयर सैलरी. सो देयर इज अ कांस्टेंट स्टेट ऑफ एनिमोसिटी. अंग्रेजी शब्द है एनिमोसिटी. दैट मीन्स वर्कर्स डोंट लाइक मैनेजमेंट, management don't like workers. This is what is the reality. This was a reality that Taylor saw. So today we are going to see how Taylor gave his ideas कि कैसे एक फैक्ट्री के अंदर काम चलाना है, and how should things be, how should we manage how should administration be carried out inside factories. Wilson straight away administration, पूरा गवर्नमेंट के तरफ से बात किया था. Taylor is talking in terms of factory management, factory administration. So we will see that now one by one. With extensive experience ranging from laborer to chief engineer, Frederick Taylor was passionate about efficiency and made a significant impact on management science. He is considered as the father of scientific management, a term coined by Louis Brandeis. That is, ये जो शब्द जो है scientific management, that was given by Louis Brandeis. In 1911, Taylor used the phrase in his book, The Principles of Scientific Management. That is the book which was written by him. He is recognized as a key figure in the efficiency movement. Efficiency movement, believing that best management is a true science applicable to all human activities. Best management जो है वो साइंस है, यानी कि एक साइंटिफिक तरीका है सारे काम मैनेज करने के लिए. दैट इज व्हाट ही वाज टेलिंग, साइंटिफिक तरीका. Taylor believed his management principles were applicable to all social activities, including homes, farms, churches, philanthropic institutions, universities, and government departments. मतलब देखो, घर हो, खेत हो, चर्च हो, या फिर किसी का मदद आप कर रहे हो, चैरिटी इंस्टीट्यूशंस. फिलैंथ्रोपी मीन्स यू आर डूइंग चैरिटी. यूनिवर्सिटीज हो, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट हो, सारे जगह पर आपको क्या चाहिए? एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चाहिए. यू हैव टू मैनेज थिंग्स देयर. तो टेलर का कहना यह है कि मेरा प्रिंसिपल्स, अगर मैं टेलर हूं, मेरा प्रिंसिपल्स जो है आप कहीं पर भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चाहे जो भी हो, यू कैन अप्लाई माई प्रिंसिपल्स एवरीवेयर. नाउ इफ यू नोटिस, वुडरो विल्सन कोई प्रिंसिपल्स नहीं दिया था. He didn't give any principles. Taylor is telling my principles are applicable everywhere. That means this is the beginning of universal principles. क्या है यूनिवर्सल प्रिंसिपल्स? प्रिंसिपल्स विच कैन बी अप्लाइड एवरीवेयर. दैट इज व्हाट टेलर टोल्ड. माय प्रिंसिपल्स यू अप्लाई एवरीवेयर, और इफ यू अप्लाई इट एवरीवेयर देन यू विल अचीव व्हाट? एफिशिएंसी. मेरा प्रिंसिपल्स ले लो, आप जहां अप्लाई करना है आप अप्लाई करो, और आपको मिलेगा क्या? एफिशिएंसी. दिस इज व्हाट ही टोल्ड. आगे He emphasized that optimal results come from a partnership between trained staff, qualified management, and cooperative workers. Trained staff, क्वालिफाइड मैनेजमेंट, कोऑपरेटिव वर्कर्स. मैनेजमेंट सबसे ऊपर, उनके नीचे स्टाफ, उनके नीचे वर्कर्स, ऐसे. He identified a phenomenon called soldering or skewing, where workers intentionally underperformed, attributing it to three main reasons. So one observation what he made with the whole industry or factory was, there is a phenomenon called soldering or skewing. वर्कर्स के तरफ से इंटेंशनली अंडर परफॉर्म्ड. दैट इज द मीनिंग. सोल्डरिंग और स्कीविंग का मतलब क्या है? मैं 5 घंटे, I can work for 5 hours, but I'm purposefully working only for 1 hour. That means I am not working to my most effective potential. 5 घंटे काम कर सकता हूं, लेकिन I'm not working. I'm reducing it and keeping it. Why? 3 reasons for it. Number 1, workers believed that if they became more productive, some of them would become surplus and would be eliminated. मतलब 100 लोग है, लीव 100 लोग, 10 लोग है, 5 लोग आर वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड. 5 लोग इतना मेहनत कर रहा है कि ये 5 लोग कैन डू द वर्क ऑफ अदर 5. ये 5 लोग से ही आप 10 लोगों का काम करवा सकते हैं. तो ऑटोमेटिक क्वेश्चन इज देन व्हाई डू आई नीड दिस? नौकरी से निकाल दो. करेक्ट? विच इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ इन ऑल द प्राइवेट फर्म्स. ऑटोमेशन ला दिया गया. ऑटोमेशन लाने के बाद उन्हें लग रहा है कि पहले अगर 3 लोग काम कर रहे थे, उनमें से दोनों को हटा दिया, एक को ही रखकर उसे 10% कुछ इंक्रीमेंट दे देंगे, बाकी दोनों का काम भी उसके ऊपर दे देंगे. प्राइवेट फर्म्स आर सेविंग ऑन मनी. गेटिंग द पॉइंट? So let us come back to Taylor. This is still happening when? In the late 19th century and the early 20th century. So yahan par, what is it? Taylor is basically, the workers are basically what? Not working to their fullest. Why? Because they feel if I work too hard, my friend may get fired. So how much is he doing? That much only I will also do. First reason. Second, non-incentive wage system encouraged low productivity as employees were worried that the higher standards will lead to lower wages. ज्यादा मेहनत करने से मुझे क्या कुछ मिल रहा है? Am I getting anything? So when I'm not getting anything, why should I work harder? Because when I'm working harder, my salary should increase, but that is not increasing. So I am doing more work. काम तो बहुत ज्यादा कर रहा हूं, सैलरी वही के वही पड़ा हुआ है, तो फिर मैं क्यों करूंगा? आज के हिसाब से अगर देखोगे तो ज्यादा ऑनेस्टी से, इफ अ गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट वर्क्स, इज ही गेटिंग बेटर सैलरी? इज ही बीइंग रिवॉर्डेड? नो. सो व्हाई शुड अ गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट बी ऑनेस्ट? गेटिंग द पॉइंट हियर? दिस इज हाउ द पीपल विल थिंक जनरली. जब मुझे कुछ फायदा नहीं हो रहा है तो फिर मैं क्यों इतना मेहनत करूं? प्राइवेट फील्ड में एटलीस्ट वन थिंग इज देयर, टू नॉट टुडे मींस एटलीस्ट टुमारो, if not this company, some another company will identify, okay, this individual is working really hard, let us reward him, let us give him some increment. Correct? But that will not happen otherwise. In that zamana there was no incentive. Last point, workers relied on rule of thumb and unscientific methods and practices. रूल ऑफ थंब का मतलब, सिंपल मतलब इन हिंदी इज मनमानी. जो मन में आ गया कर लिया. मतलब ये कि वर्कर्स को मालूम नहीं था कि काम कैसे करना है फैक्ट्री के अंदर, क्योंकि उन्हें ना कोई ट्रेनिंग मिला है, ना उनका कोई प्रॉपर सिलेक्शन हुआ है, कुछ भी नहीं. फैक्ट्री में आओ, काम करो. अगर काम गलत कुछ हो गया है, ओ ये दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग, ओके देन लेट अस ट्राई दिस. So it is all trial and error, क्योंकि वो जमाना था. So there was no clarity कि कैसे काम करे कैसे ना करे. There was no clarity at all. इसके वजह से क्या हुआ? मिनिमम, डू द बेयर मिनिमम, जो सेफ रहेगा, that much only I will do. I am not going to work too hard because my friend will lose his job and anyway you are not paying me extra. ऊपर से even I don't know how to do the work properly. So I will only do what is safe for me so that I shouldn't get fired. बड़ा गड़बड़ नहीं होना चाहिए. This was the 3 reasons why workers were purposefully underperforming, which Taylor called as soldering or skewing. Any questions? Problems Taylor found with management. Management lacked a clear understanding of their responsibilities. There were no effective work standards and output was restricted by both natural and systematic soldering. मतलब मैनेजमेंट को खुद पता नहीं था कि क्या करना है, उनके जिम्मेदारी क्या है, नथिंग. मैनेजमेंट जस्ट स्टूड देयर. दे बना दिया फैक्ट्री, बना दिया वर्कशॉप, बना दिया इंडस्ट्री. अब इसके अंदर काम कैसे करें, मैनेजमेंट हैड नो क्लू. So there were natural soldering reasons. Natural soldering means what? People don't know काम कैसे करना है, तो there is a fear. Second thing is what? Systematic soldering. You're not paying them properly. Why will they work harder? आगे, additionally, management failed to design jobs effectively and provide adequate incentives. Designing jobs, यानी कि job title क्या है, job description क्या है, what is the expectation from you. So when I am hired here in PW as a lecturer, I know what I am supposed to deliver. लेकिन 19th century और 20th century में ऐसे करना है, that nobody knew. Everybody only knew to work because what farmer mentality है ना, क्योंकि सब लोग एग्रीकल्चर से आते हैं, तो वहां पर कोई आपको ट्रेनिंग नहीं दे रहा है ना कि व्हाट इज इट, हथौड़ा ऐसे पकड़, ऐसे कर, डिग द सॉइल लाइक दिस, नथिंग. यू गो टू द फील्ड एंड यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग. तो लोग ये सोच रहा था, हाँ फैक्ट्री भी ऐसा, फैक्ट्री बना देंगे, सब लोग अंदर जाओ काम करो. कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, नथिंग, नो क्लैरिटी. He criticized management decisions as unscientific, relying on intuition, past experience, and rules of thumb rather than empirical evidence. तो मैनेजमेंट जो भी फैसले लिए थे, टेलर ने उसे क्रिटिसाइज किया, यह कहकर कि भाई ये लॉजिकल नहीं है और आप लोग इंट्यूशन का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो. इंट्यूशन क्या है? मुझे लग रहा है कि ऐसा होगा, दाल में कुछ काला है, there is something fishy about this. That is intuition. अंदर से एक आवाज. That's it. Not based on logic, not based on any scientific principle. Past experience. जब मैं वहां पर था, मैंने ऐसे कर रहा था. उनके खुद का past experience. Some of them would have come from military. Getting the point? So based on that, they'll be telling, okay, do like this, do like that. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't work. Rules of thumb, like I told you, Manmani. Today they will say, okay, try this. It didn't work. Oh, then try like that. That also didn't work. Then don't know. So there is no basis. There is no scientific procedure, scientific step, nothing. Manmani it was. Taylor identified a lack of study on the division of work and noted that Workers were often assigned without considering their abilities, aptitudes, and interests. मतलब क्या है? देखो, when we hire somebody, we should be very clear कि वो काम क्या है. उस काम के लिए सही बंदे को ही we should hire. Right man for the job. It's very important. तो उसके लिए क्या चाहिए? We should know what is the ability of the worker, what is the aptitude of the worker, what is the interest of the worker. Very, very, very important. Only then we know, okay, this is the talent, this is the quality, this is the educational qualification, fine. Now I'll hire you for this. लेकिन ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था उस जमाने में. Nothing was there. He also observed labor management conflicts, particularly between foremen and workers over output quantities. हमेशा झगड़ा था. Foreman will blame the worker, your output is less. Worker will blame the foreman, you are making us work more. आप हमसे ज्यादा काम करवा रहे हो. Foreman will say you are doing less work. आप काम कम कर रहे हो. Always झगड़ा over the final output quantity. Foremen struggle to resolve these issues through persuasion or authority. यानी कि अधिकार दिखाकर, persuade कर जाकर काम करो वरना तेरा सैलरी में काट दूंगा. That sort of an attitude. Getting the point? That sort of a rough, very dominant way they used to talk with the workers. Taylor aimed to establish a foundation for effective personal management. Personal management means not just the workers. Workers को भी कैसे manage करें? Then management को भी कैसे manage करें? Taylor focused on this. Any questions, people? All right. So development of scientific management will continue tomorrow. Okay. So go through the notes. This is our second thinker, people. Go through it. Understand it. Any doubts are there, let me know. Okay. I'm taking it very slow because I don't want to rush and later you people will be too confused. Woodrow Wilson, ek aur baar padho. Once again, I told you only one question has come from Woodrow Wilson. All right. Which was strictly a straightforward question. To what extent is it relevant and is it irrelevant? That was the question. So go through all of that. Any queries that you have, do let me know. All right. Let's call it a day.